thank you so much to everyone yesterday who sent me all their feedback after my poll, just with regards to some of the blocks that they were experiencing when it comes to mindset and all of the thoughts that are stopping them from living their very best life. So I had a little look through and I've made a bit of a list. So I'm going to start working through some techniques for each of them. But the sort of overwhelming one that came through was limiting beliefs. So where you feel like your mindset is just holding you back from living this incredible life. So firstly, a limiting belief is like a nagging voice in your head that will constantly chip away at your confidence and just tell you you're not good enough, nobody cares. If you launched a business, no one's going to buy it, no one's going to listen, no one's going to be involved or anything else. So it's there obviously actually as a safety mechanism from your brain, because although it's is there, with your best interests at heart, it's not there to keep you happy, it's there to keep you safe. So when you're in your comfort zone, it's quite happy with that, because then it's sort of already done its risk assessment, it knows exactly what's what, it doesn't have anything to fear. When you then start stepping out of that comfort zone and trying new things and putting yourself out there, it gets a bit like, oh, don't know how I feel about that, let's just go back into our box and let's just stay there. So its intentions are good, but it doesn't help us whatsoever, particularly when you do want to move forward in life and when you do want to start doing things for yourself. Obviously, I work with women that are looking to either launch their own business or have a business and they want to take it to the next level. And visibility is the biggest way of doing that. So that's obviously what limiting beliefs are. So I'm going to quickly show you a tip of how, just a little exercise that you can use to try and get you past that. So the main thing that comes up when I work with women and they have a new business to launch is that they've done their research, they've started having a little look around, and they get completely paralysed by the competition. So that's just one good example for me. So obviously, just as a side note, there's enough business for everybody and your market is unique to you. So don't ever let that be a reason for not putting yourself out there and trying something new. But I've just written that down on a piece of paper. So too much competition as a limiting belief. So what we're going to then do, so it could be anything else. It could be around money, around people don't like you, or you're not good enough in some way. So if you want to just start by taking a piece of paper, really sort of centering yourself and listening to your inner sort of nagging voice and what they're saying, and then just write it down. So this is just one good example. Too much competition. So what we're going to then do is flip that. So we're going to fold the piece of paper in half, just like this, and then we are going to write an opposing belief. So what we'll do is essentially flip that and reframe it. So too much competition, well, that's amazing, isn't it? Because that then means that there's such a huge market for your product or service that it's obviously worth exploring, and that there'll be more than enough business for you too. So I'm just going to write that down on the other side. So a positive from that would obviously be that there's such a big market. And then this now, and if you do that for all of the beliefs, this column now becomes your daily affirmations. So what we want to do is essentially use auto-suggestion when it comes to your brain. So with your subconscious mind, so you get your conscious mind that obviously is the one that says, don't be silly, you know that you're good enough, you're fine, da, 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 da. The one that sort of, consciously you think is making the decisions. It's not. It's your underlying beliefs that are deeply rooted in your unconscious mind. They're the ones that essentially drive your actions and your emotions and everything else. So we want to get to that point. We don't want to talk to your conscious mind who knows better on a good day. We want to talk to your unconscious mind. So these are going to be your daily affirmations. So every day, in the morning or the evening, you're going to sit there, as cheesy as it may sound, and literally have a conversation with yourself with intention and say, I'm so lucky. What a great market for my business. There are so many people that are interested. I'm so grateful that I have all this potential. And that is essentially what we want to do. So it's not just writing the opposite statement. It's also writing it with an emotion attached and a sense of gratitude. So that will essentially supercharge that affirmation. So, because I know sometimes we're like, yeah, and I'm beautiful and I'm great and I'm this and I'm that. And if you don't have any meaning behind it, it really is pointless. You have to sit there and get in a place of gratitude and be sort of almost think to yourself, if this was actually true, how amazing would that be? How great would I feel? How grateful would I be every day if there was actually untapped potential in my business idea and in my market? If there were billions of people that I could market to, how bloody great would that be? Really get into tune with that emotion and really put that behind it. Get into a place of gratitude when you're saying these affirmations daily. And if you want to take it one step even further, record it, because the most powerful voice is your own. Your subconscious will take in anything that you say because it trusts your voice. It knows that you don't have any ulterior motives. You're not coming with any hidden agenda, and it will really take that on board a lot quicker. So the best times to do this, so what I would do is, and I have done this in the past when I'm trying to overcome limiting beliefs myself, I do understand, and it was, reprogramming a lifetime of limiting beliefs, but I've got there and I can see how much more amazing life is when you're in that place. So but what I did was I recorded it on my voice notes actually, and then I put my earphones in every morning before I even got out of bed, just maybe 5 minutes. So write them down and then repeat them maybe 5 to 7 times, just on a loop, but really from that place of gratitude. Listen to it first thing in the morning and then last thing at night before you go to bed. That is at the point where your subconscious is most receptive to anything that you tell it. So any sort of guided meditation, sleep meditations, they are amazing, because not only will your mind be listening to it at that point and really taking that in before you go to bed, but it will also be playing it on a loop whilst you're asleep. So amazing. It will just constantly be reinforcing that message. So, and eventually that old one, it will just fade into background noise. It won't even be a thing anymore. It will be replaced by this new reframed belief, which is obviously positive. So, and the more that we can do that and get in line with that feeling of having it already, the more that you will become an energetic match to that belief. That there is an untapped market. How amazing. When you're coming into that place, you then become a magnet for the things that you want to attract, and you'll obviously find it much easier to manifest. Anybody that knows the law of attraction, if you're trying to manifest wealth into your mindset, into your life, if you believe that it's everywhere, it's bloody everywhere. Money is everywhere. It's available to everybody. You don't have to be special. It will come to me anyway. I am deserving. I am amazing. I can make money like that. If you believe that and you become an energetic match to it, guess what? You'll be making it rain. It will be everywhere because you'll be manifesting it into your life. So just sort of recapping then, obviously take the limiting belief, acknowledge it, thank it for serving you up until this point and keeping you safe. Then flip it, reframe it, and then add a bit of gratitude and emotion behind it. Act as if it's already true, and then go through the process of auto-suggestion and start reinforcing it in the morning, in the evening. Do that for around 30 days, and I guarantee you will feel like a whole new person. This is just one technique, but it is probably the most easiest one that you can do at home, and it's also super powerful. Never underestimate the power of your own voice and what you're telling your mindset. Your brain will never want to make you a liar. If you're telling it every day, I'm rubbish, I'm useless, life's rubbish, there's no money, everything's awful, guess what? That's all you're going to see. If you're telling it, life is amazing, even with the virus and everything else, there's so much beautiful things that are happening in the world at the moment, so much community, that's what your brain will then start to see. It will actively seek out those opportunities to confirm that what you think is true. So if you tell it that there is an untapped market and that you're amazing and that you're able to make money and people care and your message is important, it will constantly be looking for new opportunities to reaffirm that belief. So I hope you found that useful. Please obviously send me your feedback. Let me know how you get on. Try it for 30 days and I guarantee you will feel amazing.